Have you ever wondered if one day you disappeared without a trace? What would your dog believe? Would they understand you're gone? Or wait endlessly, certain you'd come back? We think we know our dogs, but their world is nothing like ours. They don't see colors like we do. They don't think like we do. And to them, you're not just a human being. You are comfort. You are home. You are everything. In this video, we'll uncover 15 powerful truths about how your dog truly sees you. Not through logic, but through loyalty, emotion, and the scent they'll never forget. To a dog, time isn't something they measure, it's something they feel. They don't count hours or days like we do. What they understand is presence, the warmth of your voice, the rhythm of your footsteps, the comfort of knowing you're near. So, when someone they love suddenly disappears, whether it's for a weekend or forever, they don't grasp the concept of gone. They don't know what death means. But they do know something is missing. The scent fades, the sound is gone, and the silence that replaces it hurts. That's why some dogs wait by the door for days. Others sleep in your spot on the bed or hold tight to the shirt that still smells like you. Not because they understand where you've gone, but because they believe, in their heart, that you'll return. It's not logic, it's loyalty, and it's the purest kind. And maybe that's why scent plays such a powerful role in your dog's world. When they can no longer see you, they search for what still remains of you, your smell, your sound, the emotional imprint you've left behind. Dogs don't need to see your face to recognize you. They don't rely on sight the way we do. A single breath in the air, the echo of your footsteps, or the quiet hum of your presence is enough to spark recognition. It's not about logic. It's about the bond written into their senses. Even after years apart, just one familiar note, your scent, can unlock everything. You return, and it's as if time folded in on itself. They don't hesitate. They don't need to be reminded. They just know. Because dogs remember not with their minds, but with their hearts. And the deepest part of that memory always smells like you. That same sensitivity extends far beyond memory. Dogs don't just notice where you are, they sense how you are. Without needing words, they can feel the shifts in your mood, the weight in your breath, the silence behind your smile. You don't have to cry for your dog to know that something's wrong. A slight change in your voice, the way your shoulders drop, or even the stillness in your steps is enough. They pick up on it all, not because they're trained to, but because they care that deeply. And when they sense your sadness, they don't rush to fix it. They simply stay, quiet, close. Maybe they'll rest their head on your knee or lick your hand gently, not to get attention, but to give it. To remind you that you're not alone. It's a kind of empathy that doesn't ask questions or offer solutions. It just shows up. And sometimes, in moments when even people can't seem to understand what you're feeling, your dog already knows. Without judgment, without hesitation, just love, in its purest and most loyal form. Perhaps that's why there are stories, real, remarkable stories, of dogs sensing things long before anyone else does. Illnesses that silently grow inside a body, unnoticed even by the person living in it. Somehow, dogs detect them. A dog that keeps sniffing the same spot on its owner's leg again and again until a doctor finally discovers a tumor. Another who alerts a parent before their child has a seizure. These aren't magic tricks or coincidences. They're acts of love, powered by a nose more sensitive than any machine and a heart that refuses to ignore what it senses. Dogs don't need degrees to know something's wrong. They only need to love you. That's enough. Enough to notice the subtle changes in your scent, in your behavior, in the way you move or breathe. They may not understand what cancer or diabetes is, but they understand you. And to them, that's all that matters. They become your silent guardian, the one who stays close, not out of duty, but because something in them whispers, "You need me now." And maybe that's what sets dogs apart from every other creature we know. To them, you're not just a caretaker or someone who fills the bowl. You are home. You are the safest place in the world. When thunder rolls outside or unfamiliar voices echo through the house, it's your presence they seek. Not because you can fix everything, but because being near you makes everything feel okay. Science has even shown that when a dog is close to the person they love most, their stress levels drop, just like a child curled in a parent's arms. They don't need comforting words. They just need you. Your touch, your scent, your quiet breathing. It tells them they're safe. It tells them they belong. And when they curl up beside you, they're not just resting. They're returning to the heart of their world, you. Because to a dog, love isn't just about who provides, it's about who protects, who shows up, who stays. That's why, in their eyes, you're never just the owner. You're family, the most important part of their entire universe. You can see that truth in their eyes, those deep, searching eyes that seem to hold 100 unspoken words. When your dog looks at you and doesn't look away, it's not just curiosity or habit. It's a kind of conversation, a silent connection that runs deeper than language. That long gaze isn't a challenge, it's a question, a reassurance. Sometimes it says, I love you. Other times, I'm here. And often, it simply says, do you see me too? Those looks are layered with memory. The first time you held them in your arms, the stormy nights you comforted them, the quiet mornings when they woke to find you still there. To your dog, every glance becomes a memory etched in trust. So the next time they hold your gaze, don't turn away. Look back, really look. Because in that moment, you're not just seeing your dog, you're being seen, fully, softly, completely. And in a world so loud and distracted, that kind of connection is rare. But to a dog, it's everything. But just as their eyes can say, I love you, they can also quietly whisper, that hurt. Dogs feel more than we often give them credit for. And while they may not cry or argue like humans do, they feel the sting of being ignored, of being misunderstood. After a long day waiting by the door, hoping for your voice or your touch, imagine how it feels when all they receive is silence, or worse, frustration. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you didn't mean to raise your voice. But to them, your anger isn't just noise, it's heartbreak. They don't retaliate, they don't lash out, they simply step back, a quiet retreat, a soft withdrawal. And even in that moment of pain, they still love you. That's the incredible thing. A dog's love doesn't vanish when it's bruised. It softens, it waits, and somehow it forgives, faster, fuller, and more faithfully than most people ever could. So when they hang their head or avoid your eyes after you've snapped, they're not trying to guilt you. They're trying to understand, trying to ask in their own quiet way, am I still safe with you? And all it takes to answer them is gentleness. And through it all, they still choose you. Because in every dog's heart, there is one person who matters most. Not necessarily the one who gives the most treats or plays the longest games, but the one who shows up with real presence. The one who speaks kindly, even on tired days. The one who doesn't just pet them, but connects. In a house full of people, your dog will quietly choose their favorite, not through grand gestures, but through small, repeated moments of trust. They remember who talks to them in the morning, who doesn't rush the walk, who pauses to look into their eyes and actually sees them. It's not something you earn, it's something you become. Without announcement, without ceremony. One day, their heart just decides, this is my person. And from that moment on, every tail wag, every gentle nuzzle, every loyal glance, it's all for you. Even when you don't feel like you deserve it. Even when you forget to say hello. Because their love isn't based on what you do. It's based on who you are when they feel safest. And maybe that bond goes even deeper than we realize. Scientists have discovered something remarkable. There are regions in a dog's brain that light up only when they see a human, not another dog, not another animal, only us. That means to your dog, you're not just a different kind of creature. You're in a category of your own, unique, irreplaceable. They don't confuse you with anyone else. They memorize the way you move, the rhythm of your voice, the pattern of your footsteps, your scent, your energy, your laugh. It all weaves into a map inside their mind, a map that always leads back to you. And when someone new enters their world, they don't judge by appearance. They sense things, tension in the shoulders, sharpness in the breath, the way someone walks into a room. If something feels off, your dog knows before you do, not through suspicion, but instinct, protection. Sometimes it's memory that speaks, a loud voice, a certain shape, a scent tied to something painful, and your dog will react, not out of fear, but survival. So when they hesitate, when they shrink away from someone, trust them. Because dogs don't fake fear. They don't pretend to be uneasy. They simply feel what's real and do what they've always done best, protect what they love. That's also why some of the things we call strange behavior are, in truth, quiet acts of love. When your dog drags your sock onto their bed or lies on the sweater you just took off, they're not being mischievous. They're holding on to you in the only way they can. Because when you're gone, even for a short while, they miss you more than you think. And the things you've touched, worn, or left behind become their comfort. A shoe isn't just a shoe. A shirt isn't just fabric. It's a piece of you. A reminder that you exist, that you'll be back, that they're still connected to something warm and familiar. So when they curl up with your clothes, steal a slipper, or carry your things gently in their mouth, don't scold them. They're not trying to be bad. They're trying to be close, trying to soothe the ache of missing you, trying to turn your absence into something they can hold. Because to your dog, love is scent. Love is presence. And when you're not there, they'll do whatever they can to keep a little part of you near. And sometimes, the way they hold on to you is even quieter. You might catch your dog just staring at you, not asking for food, not waiting for a command, just watching, silently, softly. It might seem odd, but in that moment, they're not trying to get something from you. They're checking. They're wondering, are you still the one I chose? Because dogs don't just give their hearts once. They offer it again and again. Every day you show up, every time you speak gently, every moment you meet their eyes with love instead of frustration. And when life gets busy or distant, they notice. They notice when your attention fades, when your energy shifts, when the warmth in your voice grows quiet. And so, they look, not to demand answers, but to find reassurance. They look to see if their place beside you is still safe, still theirs. And all they want is one small sign, that you're still theirs, just as they are still yours. Because in a world where so much changes, dogs hold on to the constancy of love. And in your eyes, they search for home. So if there's one thing to take with you from all of this, it's this simple truth. To your dog, you are not just a person. You are their world. You are the sound they wait for, the scent they trust, the presence that makes everything feel safe. Every little routine, your morning stretch, your keys jingling, your footsteps in the hallway, it all becomes the rhythm of their life. A melody they memorize day after day, tail wag after tail wag. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to always say the right thing or do everything right. You just have to be there. To look when they look, to listen when they're silent, to speak with kindness even when the day has been long. Because your dog isn't asking for much. Just a place in your heart, the way you already live in theirs. And if any part of this touched something in you, if even one sentence made you pause and feel seen through your dog's eyes, then let that love guide you. Hold them closer. Notice them more. Love them like they've always loved you. Quietly, faithfully, completely. Because in the end, we may be their whole world. But they've already made us a part of something greater. Something wordless. Something true. Something called forever. If this story made you see your dog in a new light, if it reminded you of the quiet, unconditional love waiting at your feet, then don't let that feeling fade. Let it change how you show up for them. And if you'd like to keep exploring more heart-touching truths about the way dogs see us, love us, and walk beside us, we invite you to stay with us on this journey. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video with someone whose dog means the world to them. And leave a comment. Tell us how your dog shows their love. Because here, we don't just talk about dogs. We talk about love, the kind you don't have to say out loud to feel forever.